Wow, what's the buzz indeed? That is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm sporting some new gear.
I'll say this. Typically, I don't appreciate when you wear a hat in because it's kind of tough to light the room and, not make you look like you're undercover. But I got to say, this is the
hat I'm allowed to wear.
You were allowed to wear that hat.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Well, yeah.
Did you have that? Is that your design?
Yeah.
The gores.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, for those that aren't watching, I'm wearing a hat that says Buzz in big letters because the Gores, who are regular Buzzies.
Yeah, they are.
Were out at I don't know what you call a bee farm.
Yeah, bee farm, sure.
A bee farm?
Oh, behave.
Yeah, there you go. And they saw a hat that said Buzz on it, and they got it for me. And I was like, done. I will wear it on the podcast. It's my podcast hat.
That is nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, and I was telling Jason, back in high school, Georgia Tech is the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
And they had for probably 2 or 3 years like a whole ad campaign where all their hats said Buzz on them.
Ooh.
And so they would have like a bumblebee and Buzz on the back or Buzz on the front and all this kind of stuff. And so, I mean, in high school, that was my name. Like nobody even knew my name was Justin.
Right.
Like when I think I've told the story, when I graduated and they said Justin Allen Bell, like people were like, dude, they got your name wrong. They were dead serious, so I always used to wear Georgia Tech hats.
Yeah.
And people were like, do you like Georgia Tech? I was like, no, how often do you get to wear a hat with your
name on it?
With Buzz on it?
That's pretty cool. I mean,
so they found this. And so I was like, I'm wearing it on the podcast. It's my podcast hat.
If anybody's curious, my nickname is Bubba. So
maybe we can get you a Bubba Gump shrimp hat. Big trucker hat. Fit over that melon.
You say I have a big head?
No, just forehead.
Yeah, no. The hats fit fine. The head's not. It's just this part.
I don't know that I've seen you in a hat.
No, you
don't wear hats
haven't.
very much.
No, I'm not a hat guy.
Why?
I don't know.
Because your hair?
I actually used to wear hats in high school.
Okay.
Because I'd get up 5 minutes before I was supposed to be there.
Right.
And I would so I would throw a hat on.
But you don't wear them now?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Just wait till you start getting thin in the back and you get sunburned. Because now I have to protect myself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe wearing hats all the time makes my hair fall out.
I don't think so. What's funny?
Is that how it works?
From this view, you have a magnet. Go ahead, take that back off.
Oh, yeah.
You have a magnificent
you can't tell
head
that
of
I'm
hair.
thinning back
Magnificent
here
head of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Good style too.
Yeah. No, from the front you can't tell.
Well,
but my kids inform me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then anytime I turn around at church,
yes,
and see myself on the TV, on
that's
the screen.
just the lighting.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should turn around and lead so that so I don't.
I'm gonna start wearing a yarmulke, getting into my Jewish roots.
There you go.
Cover up my little spot.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You can get a Buzz
on
labeled
yarmulke. Yeah.
Gosh, it's so weird to have you here twice in a week.
I know.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's a little quieter this time.
Yeah. Not so much yapping from the ladies.
He's going to call me and say, hey, edit that part out.
Oh, I stand by it.
Yeah.
Shelby was like, how did I do? I was like, you talk too much. It's me and Aaron's podcast.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you told her that. Now she's going to be.
Yeah.
She's sensitive. Yeah.
No.
Not Sarah, though. She's a quiet one. Mm-hmm. Especially when you asked her what she admired about me.
Yeah, that was fun.
She really had to think about it.
I love
what a great answer.
If people watch the
video,
way. That would be great to watch as Shelby was talking about the cow stuff. Like, Sarah was losing it.
You don't have to. You can listen.
Yes.
And hear her choking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does that bother her so much?
What's that?
Why does that bother her so much?
She has a sensitivity to
talking about cows,
talking about meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when we talked about how the red juice from a steak is not blood?
Right.
It's just juice.
Right.
She's like, I can't listen to that.
Gotcha.
And in fact, she orders her steaks well done because, they
No
want
red.
like little pink. And she's like, no. Ugh.
Got it.
And I was like, it's just the color of the,
So she'll be talking about castrating cows, and which I wanted to get into a little bit. That's very mean. Like, they don't give them any type of pain medication, I'm sure. To just
No, she said they put medicine on their back for something.
yeah, but that's not pain.
What's that for?
That's not like a what word am I looking for? Like any type of painkiller. That's
Yeah.
like just medication for diseases.
Yeah, I mean, when we did
So the
that
poor guy, like, he's got no
Oh.
hands. He can't.
right.
You just got that constant pain until they fall off. Like, that's
Yeah.
mean.
I mean, when we took old Baxter in, we gave him some pain medication.
Right.
Give me Baxter.
I'm about to go for some cow advocacy here.
Cow advocacy. Yeah.
Like, come on, be a little more humane in the way you. I mean, the poor guy's losing his manhood as it is, and
yeah. But
that's rude.
okay, this is going to sound so stupid. So I went.
Is this PG rated?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's funny. That's where you go. She's talking about cows and castration. I thought, but cows are girls. So she's talking about bulls.
Well, yeah, she was saying like the young ones,
Bull.
right before
bull.
they let him out into the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did think it was interesting. Like, how come only one of them gets to be the bull? Like, wait, why can't you have them all?
What a life.
Yeah, maybe they want to pick a different partner. That's just these ranchers playing God.
I
Who do they think they are?
don't know. I do want to buy a cow from her though. Them,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Because she offered that up.
Yeah,
I gotta plug my freezer in. We moved and never plugged our freezer in,
yeah.
so I don't have a freezer to
A Brett
store the
Schneider cow,
Yeah.
one of the best.
Have you had any of their
No.
beef? Why do you say it like that?
I get mine at Hy-Vee. Like, it's humane.
Oh,
Comes in a nice little patty.
yeah, I'm sure they.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was nice having them here.
Yeah.
I appreciate their feedback. I feel like we could have probably had a rotation of folks in, both chaperones and kids, quite frankly, just to talk
It'd be
about their
cool to get
experience.
some of the kids' perspectives.
Yeah. Well, and maybe you can do a wrap because you guys had that very, very, very powerful last night. I mean, a wonderful experience leading up to, but lots of times it takes breakout sessions, small groups.
Oh yeah, there's a step up
Events
to get them
to
there.
get to take the walls down, or just for it to click, in some ways, so that they feel like they can open up, and yeah, I mean, I think that what you all were able to accomplish in Christ's name for the sake of our youth was something that it's hard to recreate. It's hard to even. I think Sarah said, she said to me. They came back and she was sharing like the photos and the videos and stuff from the group. They had like a shared album or something like that. And she's like, it's kind of like watching somebody's vacation slides from their Tokyo vacation, their Tokyo trip. You can't quite grasp, you can't grasp it. And I mean, again, I've been there. So, but it was nice having their perspective and it would be interesting to see.
The best video that will never see the light of day is that Shelby on the first night videotaped all of the adults saying, "Hey, I'm here. It's the first night."
Why can't we share that?
Because it's so brutal.
But that's
and
the
then
fun of
she
it.
came around at like 3 a.m, 2 or 3 a.m. on the last night, and like videotaped us again, saying like, "This is the last night," and it looks like a hostage video. It looks like one of those Taliban hostage videos.
Big time.
It's rough.
Yeah.
And that's why we can't ever show it. The women would never let us show it because they said it themselves. I'm not dogging them. Like, they're like, I look rough. Like,
yeah. Sarah said she looked like she might have had a meth problem And maybe was living on the streets.
Yes. I mean 6 days of like 5 hours of sleep and 12 miles walking and 100-degree heat and yeah, but
And emotional ups and downs.
we were crying watching it because it looks that bad.
Oh, it's bad.
It's like, hey, I'm here on the first night, and it like cuts immediately, and it's like, I'm here on the last night. Like it's rough. Yeah, and I was like, we can't ever show this. We will never get another volunteer to come on this trip. Like, we were like, it's like that video. It's like those pictures of like the president on the first day and the last day of office. You're like, oh my gosh, he aged 20 years in 4 years. You know, like it looks awful. And
my gosh.
Yeah, we have that video, and I've watched it 100 times. I laugh every time.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think we could find a way to sneak that in.
no, we promised the ladies. The ladies have begged us that can never see the light of day.
Well, if you have just like one stress-free staffer who is willing to take one for the team.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Stress-free.
easy. My life's easy.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah, it is.
nothing to worry about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no cares or concerns whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So saith my wife.
Mm-hmm. Hey, this time next week, it'll be our first day of school.
Oh, is that right? Is it Wednesday?
You don't know when the first day of school is?
I know it's next week.
Wednesday, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't,
So, yeah, we got to move our podcast because they have that opening service. I want to go to that opening service.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah, last couple days of school here.
Yeah.
Or last couple days of summer, I should say.
Yeah, we had the back-to-school night for middle school, high school.
Are your kids excited for school?
No.
What about for activities?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cameron's excited for football. Leah's excited for volleyball. Kayla's excited. I don't know what she's excited for.
Is she doing that lawyer thing again?
Yep. Mock
Good.
trial.
Mock trial.
Yeah, she is excited for that.
Good.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun there. I shared with you just kind of showing up and walking the halls of that school and seeing all the people, you don't see. In fact, what I enjoyed was seeing a lot of the kids that I coached that I haven't seen all summer long.
Right. They grow, they change, their voice changes. Yeah.
A couple of the kids, like in a couple of instances, I was like, is that so-and-so?
Right. It's crazy how much.
Yeah.
Because just, like I've watched these kids grow up over all these years. And, I saw a couple of Peyton's friends and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like they grew or they, and one of the boys had like a high pitched voice and he walked up to Peyton and was like, oh, I was like, oh man.
It's like, yikes.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed that on the way home from football last night. Cam was talking about something and I was like, his voice started to change. Like it's gradual.
You don't see it as apparent as somebody that hadn't seen him in months.
Yeah. But for some reason, I've spent I've spent an extraordinary amount of time with that kid this summer, just with all the travels and stuff. And so you think I wouldn't notice, but I, yeah, it's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. 7th grade. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
It's going to be our first time of having all four in an activity at the same time this year.
Yeah. Name them off.
Both boys are doing flag football for the school. And then Delaney is going to do cross country. And then Peyton is doing volleyball. So this will be our first time of having all four in activities at the same time. Because we've always told them like, oh, do one, but Delaney wants to do cross country. She's going to do something each one. She's going to do cross country, basketball, and track. Peyton is only going to do volleyball.
Okay.
And then the boys are going to do flag football in the fall and then probably baseball again in the spring, summer.
Yeah.
So we're buckling up. We're
divide and conquer.
We are excited for a little more routine and a little more. They're ready for school. They're not excited, but they need it. They need it.
Yeah, we keep saying that.
That kid got the days of the week wrong the other day.
Like he didn't know what day it was?
Oh no. Like got him out of order. I'm like, son, you are going into second grade. Like you are going back to school. He was like, yeah. He's like, Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday. It's like, what? You need school.
He's gonna have a great year. Second grade. Good grief.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're 8th, 6th, 4th, and 2nd.
Yeah. The fact that Delaney's in middle school has got to just kind of like overwhelm you, right? Two girls in middle school.
She's like purposefully embracing that like jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like last night because they take pictures during the open house. I told the kids, I said, hey, I'm going to be home, at 4:30, be ready to go so that I can grab you and we'll go because mom doesn't get off till 5:30. Mm-hmm. And like I pull up and like makeup, hair, like just all, and I was like, good night. You look like a 20-year-old, like she's ready.
She's embracing it.
And she walks that hallway,
leaning into it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So has she been running
for cross country?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been doing summer training.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Do they run that course at the school?
Yeah.
Or do they? Okay. Yeah. How's she like that?
Joe was cross country in high school and college. Mm-hmm. And so, she takes after her. Cause Joe will.
But you weren't.
No, I'm not even in swimming, I was not a long distance person. I'm not.
Short bursts.
Yes. That's what I was a sprinter. That was where I could thrive. I am not built for long distance in anything. Yeah. I'm just like, because I think there's a mental toughness to it of just being able to settle in. Like they talk about the marathon, like the first couple miles hurt, but then you get that like kind of runner's high or whatever. I've never experienced it. So, but B, like I'm one of those that goes, not worth it.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
I
like
do other
swimming
stuff.
Whenever we had to do like the 500s and the, all that in practice and stuff like that. It was like halfway through I'd be like, don't care. I'm done.
I'm just going to sink.
Yeah. Like
sink or swim.
Like I'll just
sink.
Yeah. I remember, it was one time in high school because coach made us do every event throughout the year.
Oh, really?
And so I would have to do the 500 like 2 or 3 times in a race.
Why?
And that was how coach did it. Like you had your couple events but then she would make you do everything, at some point. And I remember at one of the events, like I was up against 2 of the people that were like state, top in the state in the 500, and I was in the outside lane. It didn't matter, and I just like stopped on the wall and took a breath for a minute. Like it was like 12 laps in, and I was just like, hey, because you have a counter, like they have, so you don't lose track of
because how hard is
so
it?
They like flip the number and then they put it as you're like coming into the wall, they like push it down into the water and shake it so you can see it, Yeah. and I just stopped and talking to that kid. I was like, whew, are you sure you got it right? I think I'm on I think I only have 4 left. I don't think I have 6. And he's like looking at coach like, what is he doing? And she's like, what are you doing? Go. And I was like, I think I only have 4 left. And she was like, no, go. I was like, I'm just going to catch my breath for a minute.
Oh my gosh.
I was already like last. I didn't care.
Who cares? It's not your event.
It's not my event.
Actually I've seen some of that so we've done a lot of regional and national track meets this summer, and they have they do like for certain age kids they'll do like triathlon, pentathlon, and you'll see the kids who do their some of those events really, really well.
Yeah.
And some of those events are not their events.
Yeah.
And one of those I think is like the 1500 meter.
Oh yeah.
And like if you've got like somebody who's really good at throwing and good at explosive short bursts, they have to start the race. They don't have to finish it. They just have to start it. So gun goes off, they stand up, they walk off the track.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't even give it a lap.
Nope.
Yeah, you do a lot of track. Like, were you a long distance?
No. I was a one event guy because I started it late.
Yeah.
I started in high school, like 2 years in. So we ran for basketball conditioning preseason. We did a 2.2 mile. We did like a fraction of the cross country course over by Millwood South. And that was good. Like I could blaze through that, but I'm when it gets to 3, 4, 5 miles, I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I was probably built for it, but I just didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. I was skinny and tall, ish. But it just wasn't my. I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah. I've tried to get not hard, but I've tried to like do long distance running.
Yeah.
You know, like for working out and stuff like that. Like, yeah, 15 minutes in, I'm just like, what? Why am I? I don't.
What am I doing?
This is so boring.
Yeah, I'd rather go walk 12 miles in New Orleans.
I'd rather bike or walk.
You said you lost weight, right?
On the trip?
Yeah.
I lost 7 pounds. Walking 12 miles a day in 100-degree humidity, you know, like, I mean, if you haven't been in New Orleans in the summer,
yeah.
you can't describe it. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, we literally, when the sliding doors would open on the hotel, it felt like you were walking into an oven. Like, you immediately wore the weather.
Yeah.
I mean, it was instantaneous pit sweat. Like, it was just, and sweat down your back. Like, you just wore the humidity.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Not enough Axe body spray?
No.
To fight it off?
No.
You know, I do want to call out the chaperones specifically.
Oh, yeah. They were awesome.
So you had, and I mentioned this when you all were gone, Robin Gore.
Yeah, it was Robin Gore.
And had
Sarah.
she been before in any capacity?
No, she hadn't been doing that.
She'd never been. Never. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then Sarah Bressman, your wife.
Sarah.
Yeah. Summer Hahn.
Summer.
And then Shelby.
And Shelby.
Were the girls.
Right. And then you, Cole.
McCallum, and then Andy Jip.
And Andy Jip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was cool because like only Shelby, Andy, and I had ever been to them before.
Right.
You know, everybody else didn't go as a youth or as, you know.
Or as a chaperone. Yeah.
And so it was like their first experience. And yeah, that first time you get into the Superdome with 25,000 people worshiping. And I mean, worshiping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
Sarah said, or Leah said, was talking to her about it. She said that Andy got up he was studying. So he was doing master's work, I think, while he was down there. So he was getting up like super, super early.
Yep.
But then he would send out a specific scripture verse to his small group every day and then tell them what he wanted them to garner from that and then for the day. And it's like, we don't deserve him.
Yeah, what a guy. Well, and like, in order to get floor tickets, if you don't have floor tickets, you had to go wait in this line for like an hour early in the morning. He went and did that for us. You know, like great guy. I mean, that whole team. I mean, you got to get the right people on the team. And because like Shelby's told him at the beginning, she was like, this trip is not about you. I don't want to hear one thing about like, well, I need, you know, like we are there to let these kids to do whatever we need to do to let these kids have the experience. And they did. I mean, like Robin would leave the conference early, you know, to go get food ready. So like literally the kids could walk in and eat and get right back to the conference, you know, like, and, you know, like there was just so much logistics that we did behind the scenes, you know, the ladies getting the snacks ready. So, I mean, like these kids, like they got
the Snack Shack?
Yeah. The Snack Shack with their room.
They didn't talk about that the other day.
So, I mean, it was unbelievable. Like for the kids' experience, it was awesome because they would go to a session. They'd just walk right into the hotel. Their food would be right there. They'd eat. They'd walk back to another session, and it was just like seamless for them. And that was the chaperones did a great job of getting all that done.
Yeah, I would say even if you had one not pulling their weight, it would have impacted the what?
Like me.
Like you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do anything.
Oh, please.
I just sat there. My job was just to lead the line so that we all got where we were going.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an important job.
Yeah. Navigator.
Yeah.
That's
and also pastoring the kids. Also, I'll just say this. You know, I feel this so deeply that I have never met someone who is so good at pastoring people of all ages, shapes, and sizes.
I appreciate that.
You have a unique ability to connect with little kids, but particularly middle school, high school age kids, in a way where they know you. They know you, and they trust you, and how important that is for the future church, for each of those kids' individual faith journey in growth and development, but also the future of our church, because you know the line. You have a line. You're not all rules and order and untouchable pastor. I mean, you get down deep in the mud with those guys, and we talked about it the other day. Just you sharing, being vulnerable and sharing some personal things that last night, then led everybody else to be like,
It broke
oh, wait,
the
well,
seal,
he can do
and
it.
then everybody could.
Yeah. I mean, it's to have the right leadership down there, the volunteers, the chaperones, is huge, very, very important. But man, oh man, we're blessed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No, thank you. Thank you. My kids had a tremendous experience, and very grateful.
Well, and that's what's fun for me is start of the trip, it's like pastor. Then it, like 2 days in, it's like Justin. Then like last day, it's like PJ, Pastor Justin, and that's what all the youth that like when they come to our cities and that's just by the end of it, it's like that's PJ.
Yeah.
Like that, and it's cool to have that kind of a relationship with them.
Yeah.
Because at GraceHill we talk about it all the time. Our greens, yellows, and reds. Greens are the part of our job that we could do all day, every day. It fills our bucket. You don't even have to pay me. Yellow is like, yeah, these are the parts of the job. I don't mind them at all. And, I don't mind doing them. And reds are like, yeah, that's why you pay me. These are the parts of the job that you got to get done. Mm-hmm. It's not about whether I'm good or bad at it. It's just like, these are the parts that drain the bucket,
Yeah.
And like youth is a green for me. Like if I was just like a regular person at our church, there would be 2 teams I would be on. Golf cart team and youth. Like I would do that every Sunday. That would be my green. Like, so like, when I do the youth stuff, I don't consider that like, this is my job.
Yeah.
I consider that like, I'm a part of this church and this is me volunteering.
Yeah.
And
it transfers to Sunday mornings when you're delivering a message, that those kids, because there's a relationship with you and they know you and they trust you and they like you,
right?
That the message is for everybody in there.
Yeah.
Everybody, including 12-year-olds,
right?
16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 80-year-olds.
Yeah.
So it's so incredibly important, and particularly when you deliver a message like you did this past Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that, yeah. Because I've been getting a lot of feedback about this series. And the cool feedback I've been getting is from people that are struggling with like depression and anxiety and stuff. Because this series has been hitting them. And I've probably had at least a half dozen come and pull me aside and be like, I struggle with depression. I struggle with, just kind of these attacks and these assaults. And you keep saying, I am not helpless and I am not hopeless. And they're like, and I am fighting back. Like, I love this series because like, I am just taking one thing. And I'm like, yes. Like, you can't look at the whole thing and go, okay, I have to fix it all. No, just take one thing out of this series and fight back. Like that you're not helpless. You're not hopeless. God is not just leaving you to be mauled by a lion. Like that's what the scripture says is like Satan prowls around like a roaring lion waiting for someone to devour or looking for someone to devour. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people in their depression and in their weakness feel like, yeah, that's me. I'm standing there in a lion's den and I'm just getting mauled. And it's like, oh, wait, I'm actually wearing armor. Like God didn't leave me defenseless.
Hopeless. Yeah.
Like I can fight back.
Yeah.
And so that's what's been so exciting about this series is people going, Pastor, I'm fighting back. And I'm like, yes, now let's talk. Let's hold, I'll hold you accountable. Like, let's fight back. And I felt like, next week, this upcoming week's going to be the culmination, but I do feel like this week was kind of the big,
yeah.
the helmet of salvation and the shield of like, making the point of like, look, it says that it's going to extinguish the fire of the darts. It doesn't say that it's going to stop the darts. You're going to get hit.
Still coming.
You're gonna get pricked. You're gonna take these shots, but the fire of those darts, the destruction, the power of these darts is made more or less impotent.
It's just diminished.
Yeah, it's diminished because of the faith we have, and that's what's incredible is that like I just think of it like Satan, is like, I'm gonna hit you financially. Watch this. And all of a sudden, we cling to, God will give me what I need. He will provide. Things are going to get hard. I'm going to have to get rid of some stuff. I might have to downsize. But like, this isn't going to destroy me. And Satan's like, ugh,
Yeah.
And then like Satan's like, I'm going to hit you relationally. Your kid's going to start acting out. I'm going to be tempting your kid to walk away. I'm going to be tempting your kid to go this direction. And we're like, okay, but through God, God will give me patience. God will give me wisdom. God will give me opportunities. God is going to continue to come after my son and pursue my son. Like, even if my son walks away from the faith for a couple of years, like God doesn't say, if you walk away, you're done. Like God woos them back. Like, you can't beat me with a lost relationship. You can't beat me with a challenging marriage. Like, I will show patience. I will show humility. That's why we say the vows we say at a wedding, for better and for worse. There are days that your spouse is going to be worse. There are days your spouse is going to be hard to love. And yet in those moments, God's not going to go, well, you're right. You deserve better. God's going to go, I'm going to give you humility. And I'm going to give you broad shoulders. And I'm going to give you strength to endure. And Satan's like, I can't get you there. Right. Well, I'm going to hit you with health. I'm going to attack your health. I'm going to get you to walk away from your faith. I'm going to get you to renounce God. I'm going to get you. And God's like, no, like, I'll give you strength. I'll give you power to endure. I'll give you wisdom. I can't tell you how many people I've met that have battled cancer that have said this was one of the best things God ever did for me because it reprioritized my life. It brought my kids back together. We stopped arguing over dumb stuff. We put that away. Me and my wife have grown closer. I'm less busy at work. I slowed down. Where Satan's going, like, even in cancer, I can't get you. Like, God says, I'm going to take the fire out of those darts. It's going to hurt. But I'm taking the power out of them. And I'm going to give you ways to endure, to overcome, to walk through, and that's the beauty of Psalm 23. It doesn't say, I'm in the valley of the shadow of death, and you're going to pluck me out of it. It says, you're going to be with me as I walk through it. Yeah. That God goes, there is light on the other side. And not just in the life to come, but like, there's going to be victory in this life. There's going to be triumph in this life. That, the person, the quarterback that, one of my favorite Notre Dame quarterbacks, he's a little known quarterback, but it was Jack Cohn. And one of my favorite plays was he's throwing the ball and he hits a helmet in front of him. He only started for us for 1 year, and he hits a helmet in front of him and his finger jacks sideways, right? Like dislocates sideways. He runs off the field to the trainer, immediately holding up his hand. The trainer snaps it back into place, and he runs onto the field. Next play, throws a touchdown. He did not miss a play. He ran immediately sideline, snaps it back into place, and then next play in the shotgun takes it and throws a touchdown. And his fingers swelling up. They keep zooming in on it, like his fingers swelling up, and he finishes the game and he plays the game. And it's when we triumph through adversity that our stories are so much greater and so much powerful, and we see how strong we are and how strong God is. That it's like, God, you didn't take that away. You actually gave me strength to endure that. Yeah. That's incredible. And in that's what God's talking about. That the power of the shield is not in your level of faith. It is in the one you put your faith in. Right. That God can overcome. Yeah. And he's like, Satan's like, well, I don't know what to do now.
What else can I do?
If I can even throw this your way, and you're still going to believe, and you're still going to follow, and you're still going to obey, even when you don't get what you want. Yeah.
Then he moves on.
Yeah.
I know that there are plenty of folks in that room, and I was thinking about people, while I was listening. I was thinking about people in the room on Sunday morning and thinking about, folks that I know who have been through hell
Yeah.
and how important that message was. And I was thinking about how they were receiving it and thinking about how they were reflecting on it.
Yeah.
In some cases, it's been years.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking about folks in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And how hard it is to receive that message. It really is. It's
It
hard
is.
to receive a message when you're in the middle of a very, very trying time. Whether it's an illness or a relational issue or a financial issue or a health issue, it's a hard message to receive.
Yeah.
Because, and you spoke about Job
Yeah.
quite a bit, but when you're in the middle of it, you're not thinking so much that, okay, God's got it though, and he's overcome.
No, it
And
doesn't feel like that.
No,
always.
you're like, why?
Why?
Why is this? Why have you allowed this for me? Why is this happening?
And I think that's the hard part as a pastor is that's the biggest question, and that's the question nobody can answer.
Right.
And if someone is trying to answer that question for you, don't listen to them. We do not on this side of things understand why God does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
We can guess and we can assume, but we're not going to get those answers on this side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to see how the whole story plays out. And that's where the helmet of salvation really comes in of, wait a minute, there's eternity to come.
Yeah.
There's a life after this. This is but a blip in my life that will be immortal forever. Like, I can endure a little bit of pain right now for a forever that has no pain. I can endure a little bit of hardship right now. I think the worst thing Satan can throw at us is death. Like the loss of a loved one, the loss of someone we care about. And even that, as much as it hurts, there's a reunion to come that we get to spend forever with that person. Even our own death. Most people, that is their number one fear. I'm afraid of dying. And even in death, God creates victory. That as we take our last breath, that's not the end of us. That's not how the story ends. That we open our eyes into eternity and we are forever with him and all those that we love. And I think that's what's incredible is that helmet of salvation. If we just every day are reminding ourselves of eternity, of, you know what? I was talking to one of the college girls that's getting ready to head back to college, and she was like, this semester is going to be really hard, and, all this. And I said, don't tell your parents I said this. I said, but, when I was not the best scholastic student, but when I was in seminary, it was rough. In 1 week, we'd have to read 1,000 pages for this class, write 2 papers, read 500 pages for it was rough. Mm-hmm. And I remember there were nights where it was midnight and I'm not even close to done. And I have and I've been working on it. It wasn't procrastination. Mm-hmm. I've been working on it, and I remember just saying to myself, 5 years from now, I am not going to care what grade I got on this.
Right.
So I'm going to work until 2 a.m. and I'm going to go to bed. Mm-hmm. And whatever I do in the next 2 hours, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'll take whatever grade I get. There has to be this point in this reality of, does this really matter? And in life, I think if we're being honest, 75% of the stuff that we stress over, slave over, build our lives around, and that does not enhance our life in any way, but our life just is corrupted by these things. 75% of them, if we look back, have zero bearing on eternity.
Yeah. It's perspective.
Right.
Having an internal perspective, which I'm not saying it just comes naturally or easily. No. It does not. But having that, it sure does allow you to let it go.
Yes.
What does it matter?
Right.
I think about Logan a lot because Logan, I think, is a little bit like Brady in that, he's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I'm in this class. I'm getting the best grade I can get.
Right.
And he's built the habits up and has done that his entire scholastic career.
Yeah.
And he said, going into college, he's like, but I'm going to take the foot off the gas because I'm not going to continue. What does it matter?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. I got into the school I wanted to get into and I'm doing the thing I wanted to do. But now, some of these courses, okay, yeah, I understand.
That aren't in his major and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Has he been able to do it?
No. I mean, I think in his, maybe a little bit by now,
Yeah.
he's got a different perspective.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that it's changed the habits at all.
Sure.
He still has that, all in type of deal. But having that eternal perspective, I think is something that we all need to continually aspire to have.
Yes.
Daily.
It will change your life if you live by it.
Yeah.
It will. It will change your every day if you wake up and go, hey, today is just a little blip in what will be forever.
Yeah.
What actually matters for eternity right now?
Well, and what does God have for me today? He's blessed me with the day. He blessed me. Like I woke up today and I got the day ahead of me.
Didn't have to.
What does he have for me? Yeah. I mean, I have my schedule. I have my list of things. But in that schedule, in the midst of those things, in the little things, what does he have for me for his eternal perspective?
Right.
For us.
Right.
And can I lean into that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, and if we woke up each day and said, what has a difference on eternity? I want to make margin in my day for that.
Yeah.
We'd spend a lot more time in conversation. We'd spend a lot more time in caring for one another. We'd spend a lot more time, and there would be things that we would go, that does not matter.
You'll let that go.
And I think especially things we worry about and chase after and make too much of our life.
Yeah.
We would go, that actually doesn't matter for eternity. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a fun thing to do now, or and it's okay to have an escape now and then and to unwind now and then. But like, I think there would be a lot if we lived with that helmet of salvation of guarding our mind that hasn't in an eternal perspective.
Yeah.
It would change everything.
And
it would change how we handle trials.
For sure. And being open to going back to like the things like the green, yellow, red.
Yeah.
Being open to the red, to what God has planned for you in the red.
Right.
I
can endure that.
Yeah. There are things that have been on my schedule, and I'll go back maybe some years where like, oh, I just got to get through this, or like, oh, these next 2 weeks, or this next thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got to get through it, because then when I get through this thing that's a red for me, then I can relax, or then I can look forward to the things that I've got, instead of, this is not my preference, but man, God's got me here for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm going to lean into this.
Right.
Because he's got something for me, and not necessarily for me, but for somebody else that I'm going to be around or with.
Well, and I love what you said. Like, I think one of the hardest parts of parenthood and husbandhood for me is putting myself second. I hate it. I hate that there are a bunch of things that I do and things that, my paycheck goes towards, and things that aren't for me. Mm-hmm. Like that when I come home, I don't really get to say very often, here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
It is very much, hun, what do you need help with? Where are the kids at? What do I need to do to, especially once we get into the routine here. As much as I'm saying I can't wait for school and the routine, I know that a weekend I'm going to be like, I'm sick of this.
Right.
Like,
I'm running.
Yeah, I'm running nonstop. And I think it's the eternal perspective in those things of going, okay, this is my season in life where I'm going to carry the mantle, but it's not always going to be like this. Mm-hmm. I'm not always going to have this challenge. There will be a day where I come first. There will be a day where I don't struggle with that.
There will be
where
days,
I don't struggle with selfishness.
There will be days when you miss it.
Oh, sure.
And I do think about that, because that's also a difference in perspective.
Yes.
Thinking about like the little things that would set me off, or Sarah, set us off about our kids, any particular kid. Like we know, that's going to be an issue. Oh, they're going to push back. Oh, they're going to complain, or, they're going to be unhappy about having to do that. And there will very soon. I was talking to somebody about this, just last night at Concordia, that gosh, time flies. Time flies.
Yeah.
Is the earth spinning faster? What's going on? There's going to come a day in the very near future.
You're going to miss those days.
You're going to miss it. You're going to look back and go, oh man, I miss some of those little battles I had with my kids. I miss having to like negotiate
I think
with my
of,
children.
I only have 5 years left with Peyton in my house. 5.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, soak it up.
Unless she just doesn't go to school and stays.
Well, there you go. I'd take it. I love her. But, you know, this sermon, you know, it was a heavy topic. Anytime you talk about Job, that's tough.
Yep.
Because we don't really understand the why. Why does God make that bet with the devil? Why does he treat us like pawns? I don't know. But I know that when we get to the other side, it's not going to look that way. That when we see the whole picture, when we see the whole point, when we see, you know, what God did through it, that we'll go, okay, God, if you're going to use me, like I want you to use me like in mountaintop experiences, but sometimes you're going to use me in valley experiences, and you're going to do just as much good through that as you are through, you know, like it's not my story, it's your story that you're showing through me. And when we understand, okay, yeah, I'm getting hit with darts, but like God, through you, I can extinguish the power of these. They're going to hurt, but they're not going to destroy me. They're not going to overcome me. And this is all temporary.
Yeah. I'm pressed, but not crushed, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. I think about folks who are in the middle in the midst of grief, over the loss of loved ones in particular, you know, whether it's been a decade or it's been a week, know that your loved one is already
They're good.
experiencing it.
They're good.
They're living it. They're experiencing it all the time with no break.
Right.
That's their entire existence. Now.
I've said this before, that is the thing that I say when I'm at the bedside and someone passes is, you know, you can tell when they take that final breath. I mean, it's jarring to see. It's unsettling. And I immediately say, can you imagine what their eyes are seeing right now? And you can watch the family look at me, and then because they're in this moment of like, what is happening? They're gone.
Yeah.
And they look at me, and there's this realization of like, oh yeah, like he's not done. This isn't the end. Yeah. He's actually just beginning. And I say, can you imagine what his eyes are seeing right this second? Because he's alive, and he is looking at Jesus face to face right now, and he is in the splendor and the glory of God, with what the Bible describes heaven. And I just go into it, and you can see, not that they're not sad, but there's this moment of, man, I can't even wrap my head around that.
I can only imagine.
I can only imagine. You know, and then you can see them kind of that they. If there was a visual representation of finding their foot on solid ground, you see it in that second of them collecting themselves and going, okay, yeah, this hurts, and this was hard, and this is hard to see, but this isn't the end. Yeah,
and in a couple of days, I'm at the Recircle, or I'm circle back, and remember that.
Right.
And in a week, I'm at the circle back, and then on their birthday,
right,
I'm going to circle back and remember
and
that.
Christmas and Thanksgiving and you got to have that paternal perspective.
Yeah,
I'll see them again.
Expecting hope.
They are good.
Yeah,
they are better than they've ever been.
Blessed assurance.
Yeah. The tornado sirens to tell us it's time.
That's right. It's time. That's it.
Cut it off.
Well, wonderful series. We put a cap on it this Sunday.
Sword of the Spirit.
Sword of the Spirit,
which is the word.
Can't wait to see you wield the sword.
I wanted to.
I know. Yeah. Then you'd be on Pastors with Props and get all kind of negative press.
Yeah.
So we can't have that.
It's going to be like, oh man, what's that video clip of that kid in his garage with a little lightsaber and he falls in the box? And that's what it would be if I had a sword up there. There's no way you can hold a sword and not swing it around.
Oh, I know. You got,
And then I take out the pulpit, power. Knock off a microphone.
Yeah, we can't have that.
No.
Well, it's great to have you back.
Yeah.
And it's great to be in this season of new beginnings for school and for our church for sure. A new season for our church as well. So
first fall in the new building. Let's see what happens.
That's right.
Yeah.
Blessings.